in the dealership and working, it can be chaotic. It's fast-paced, it's challenging, and it's very easy to lose focus. Having the ability to problem solve and to look at things from a different perspective and train other people to look at things from a different perspective has actually changed the way our people think.
I think the single biggest thing that Elite Support has brought for us at our dealership is unity. It's brought the entire facility together as a team.
The single biggest benefit to Elite Support is it gives us the tools to improve the areas that we've been wanting to improve. We just didn't know how to do it.
So a combination of the facility and the Elite Support buy-in from the staff and the owners, we've basically doubled our business in the last 24 months. And a lot of that is attributed to the Elite Support criteria and our participation in it.
I think the important part of having the dealers have input into the criteria list is we see it firsthand out here kind of on the front lines, if you will.
I like the fact that our criteria is dealer-based. That's important because it's at least the people in the front line or in the trenches that are making the criteria, not the guy sitting in his office 20,000 miles away and doesn't see it day to day.
As far as Elite Support criteria, I think it's extremely beneficial that dealers have a lot of say into what the criteria is. You know, you go back to a lot of people work in the corporate world, they sit in a nice tall building office somewhere and don't have a clue about real world inside the operations of a dealership. So, you know, having dealers that are in the middle of it from the service side to the parts side really shows you, you know, the initiatives that the dealerships need to take in order to be Elite Support certified and every year be recertified.
The glory of this whole program is that it is a dealer-driven program. Unlike so many programs that I've witnessed through my career that are factory pushed. This one really is designed by the dealers, maintained by the dealers, a dealer advisory group that keeps it rolling. It's not a corporate program. It's a dealer-driven program, and it's easy to see that. So when you get into the criteria, it doesn't become just a box check. Yeah, we're doing that. Yeah, we're doing that. Yeah, we're doing that. It becomes the way that you operate your dealership on a daily basis, and you live it, breathe it, feel it, and think it.
The great thing about the criteria is it is a platform or starting point to where you want to go. Okay, it definitely doesn't define everything that needs to be done to be elite, and understanding that the end result is delivering that complete customer experience.
The criteria helps because it's there for you to kind of understand, like, it's not only just there, hey, it's a checklist, you did this, you know, get rid of it. It's when you look at it from like the whole picture, you kind of understand how everything works together.
The criteria in Elite Support spells it out easy for you to view it, for anybody to view it. Checking the boxes is one thing, but actually understanding it and going the extra mile, it makes you feel better about what you do on a day-to-day basis.
It creates that, you know, true experience for the customer, and creates the guidelines for that. And it's easy to look at the criteria as, you know, okay, we have to run name tags, we have to do this tracking. But when you look at the program and how the criteria builds the program, it's so much more than just a checklist.
The criteria they put out is pretty simple. I mean, if you go and you read each one, it's all able to do. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. You just follow that step by step, and each one follows right in suit.
Criteria is all based around customer-focused needs. So it gives you a different eye. You come into the dealership as a customer now and look through your departments and organizations, and you're looking at it from a customer's perspective, and you can change it to meet and give them what they need.
The Elite Support criteria are detailed enough to where it makes you go after everything, but it's also customer driven enough to where you sit back and think, hey, what if I was the customer, what would I want to see? Where would I want to be in a dealership? What would I want to do while I'm waiting on my truck when it's down? Because when a truck's down, they're unhappy, so you want them to make them the happiest in their unhappy situation.
The criteria helped us to be more focused on the customer experience, just based on the fact that we were able to see the areas in which we needed to improve. As we continued to check off things, we were able to see our progression, and we were also being able to see the things that the customer really appreciates when they come to the dealership. We were able to really make those adjustments as well.
By having the criteria, it was really, the structure that we built around to help our customer get through our store faster, more efficiently, because in the end of the day, they want to know how fast, when you're going to be done with my truck, and the criteria helps us do that.
When we first looked at the criteria, it was we didn't know exactly how we were going to meet all of them, but it gave everybody in here a focus, and everybody broke it down in their portion of what they could control. So basically, instead of one person driving it, it broke down into 6 or 7 people driving it.
The criteria is a recipe. We use it as a recipe. If everybody follows the recipe, we get to the predictable result. It makes my job a lot easier that our dealership, everybody has bought into the criteria, and it's made some big differences for us.
Follow the criteria and don't panic. You'll get there, and ask for help. And there a lot of CICs think that they need to do it all themselves. You need to delegate, and you'll get there a lot faster that way.
I think the future state of elite support is not necessarily where any one dealer wants to go. It's where we want to go together. It's more about defining and bringing the network together that has a cohesive mission. And our mission is to be the best. We're going to offer a level of service unseen in the industry. We're going to evolve into something that hasn't been done before, and we're going to bring it to a whole new level.